people I know that are on it are Bobby. I mean, his name is either Bobby Ashley or Bobby Lashley, and I really should know that. He's like this giant black guy, and he and the people who are part of his crew, I know that they called, or at least as of last year, they called themselves the Hurt Business.
Hurt Business?
The Hurt Business. Right? They wear
angle.
suits. And they're like,
okay.
we're cool. Like, we're like...
Prime's coming to Saudi Arabia, don't worry. That's what I like to hear.
You know me. Yes, you do.
Do you like Dark Elevation? Okay, tell me, did you watch Rampage this week?
After how you've acted tonight, you don't deserve Sammy.
People these trophies. I'll tell you a story, Booker. I fought in a tournament and I took 4th place. On the way home from that tournament, I had a trophy in my hand and my dad said, "Hey, let me see that trophy." And he threw it out the window while we were on the highway home. I don't accept 4th place, 3rd place, 2nd place. I was built to be tough. I was built to last, and I was built to get things done by any means necessary.
Wow.
Pump.
Let's not do that anymore.
Back.
All right.
So great to have you, man. Great lineup of fights, but it's always a little bit different when we got CM Punk in the building.
I'm happy to be here. I've missed you. I've missed everybody watching at home. I've missed the fights. And tonight, I'm not going to do that.
We're on UFC.
jaBRONI, JABRONIXYZ, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jaBRONI.
Hello, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the jaBROnis. I'm Topher McCann, still your reigning, defending, undisputed jaBROni world champion. We riding. I don't even remember what happened, but I won.
Yeah, I think I remember drunkenly texting you, "Did I win?" And then you said, "I think you won by 2."
It was the women's title. I think
yes.
we went.
Yes.
Bianca retained.
That's
so.
Yes.
But that is the lovely, beautiful Mr. Mike Butler.
Yep. Hello, Warriors.
Wedding season, man. Wedding season. Are you out of the wedding season now for a while?
Sorry, I must have brushed up against my mic and
okay,
very sensitive. So every time I do, I tiny touch it, it mutes it. When yesterday, yeah, I'm finally this whole week I was just decompressing, really just happy to not be doing anything wedding-y. And then yesterday I get a text. Hey man, this is the new groomsmen thread. We're gonna be planning bachelor parties and stuff here. So boom, I have another wedding in March. So as soon as I thought I was in the clear, here we go. I gotta start this bachelor party stuff up. Barely made it to AC. And in November was it or October? And no. It was in September, whenever I went to fucking AC. So now I'm going to be saving up, trying to do it again.
I might be doing a bachelor party in Clearwater. But
yeah, you were saying that last week. You were saying
more
that.
Expensive trip now since of the whole Phillies World Series stuff.
Yes.
And also
maybe not that bad, though.
And I got 3 weddings next year. One on Friday the 13th. Costumes. It's going to be dope. But 3 weddings. But wedding season's off for now. We're in wrestling season. No more baseball season. We got football, but back to good old classic wrestling. Last time we were here, we were previewed the Crown Jewel card, but we're moving along now. There's a lot of news this week we're going to get into, and we'll talk about the shows, jaBROni of the week. but we'll start off. We got the rundown here of all the stories we're going to be talking about since last week. And we're going to talk about right at the top on Raw, Austin Theory, Money in the Bank winner. He cashed in for the United unsuccessful. Your thoughts on the cash in for the U.S. title?
Didn't make sense. Just so stupid. It's like, okay, what? Like, it doesn't make sense to cash in on the United States Championship. It doesn't. I mean, at least not yet. You know, I mean, to lose, if you were gonna do that, just have him cash in on Roman at Crown Jewel and have him lose.
I try to play devil's advocate with the decision.
How?
Like, storyline, because you're like, all right, he has no shot to beat Roman, but he does have a shot to insert himself into a main event match. Like, you instantly, with that briefcase, you're in the main event of WrestleMania if you want to be.
Yeah.
You're in the main event of any big show coming up that you want to be, logically, without writers. So I think in their scenario where he had the U.S. title and the Money in the Bank, and he realized he can't. I don't know. I tried to do it on that sense, but at the end of the day, you can insert yourself into the biggest match of the year until I think he has a year or so.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, no more Money in the Bank. It's not thrown in there. I mean, there was also reports, this isn't underneath there, but the way that they were going to, at Clash of the Castle, have him cash in for one, and then Tyson Fury spot was going to happen, but they were trying to figure out that way, which we discussed, where they were going to take one title off of him at Clash of the Castle.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. But yeah, so no more Money in the Bank, and Austin Theory kind of looks like a bozo.
It's just the big bozo. I'd rather him cash in on the NXT title or try to. Nothing against the United States title, but I mean, yeah, no, like you said, you have that briefcase, you can do whatever you want with it, essentially, and just didn't make sense to do it that way.
And I like Rollins with the U.S. title. I mean, the man needed a title. He's not going to have a shot at looks like the unified titles for a little while, maybe later in 2023, maybe. But for now, I think that's it. U.S. title on Rollins. It's good. They did like an open challenge thing. It got messed with, and then he came out later and did it. But we'll get into more Raw stuff later. But next up, we have here Jim Cornette. He commented how much he loves him some Sami Zayn. It's his most favorite person to watch.
Didn't he say something about Logan Paul too, and how he was better than 90% of AEW's roster? Jim Cornette coming with the hot takes.
But I just thought that was well, the history of Cornette not being a fan.
It's kind of like his. I mean, this is coming from a guy who has just over 100 Twitter followers, but it's like his opinion doesn't matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's so fair weather, I guess you could say. Like, I don't even want to say that, because he's not always saying good things about WWE either. It's just like nothing for Cornette, I think, will be good unless it's like your old school NWA golden era type of wrestling, and he'll hate everything else. He's entitled to that, and he's entitled to that if that's where grinds his gears, and that's what grinds his gears. But you know, in this day and age, Jim Cornette's opinion is just like whatever.
You catch your drive-through clips on YouTube.
You know, he hates AEW. I think he hates AEW more than WWE.
That's too easy.
It's
That's too easy to do that.
You know, it's just whatever.
It's
Jim
too
Cornette's
easy.
over there in his corner.
Yeah, everyone's got
Again.
opinions. It doesn't mean they mean anything. My opinion.
Again, like as I'm saying, it's like mine doesn't mean anything. I've
Mine
always
means
been
nothing.
like my as far as the which side of the fence I fall on the Russo Cornette rivalry, I tend to fall on the Russo side, and Russo's a kook. So shows what I like. You know, again, it's just my opinion.
This next one I thought was kind of interesting. Just because I don't know why it was needed. WWE files a TLC trademark. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
I didn't know that was needed to that needed to happen.
How do you guys not have that already?
Are we not allowed to say TLC like as in tender loving care anymore? Or like do they not want people to say that?
Or did the band TLC maybe have it for a certain amount of time? But no, I think TLC was. I mean, TLC the band. R.I.P.
Maybe they just let it ride for so long because they were just thinking like no one else is going to use TLC for anything like that. You know, I mean, you got the band and you got the saying, but that's really it. So we don't really need to trademark it. Maybe now people are like, let's just realize that they don't have a trademark, so we can fucking use it. Maybe they got a word of someone trying to use TLC, and they were like, "Ha, suck that dick, no way."
That's what I was thinking. Like they were gonna have to trade. Like this story could have been different. It could have been they file a TLCS trademark. I'm like, oh my god, they lost TLC. Now they need tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs.
I didn't even think that. I thought we were getting rid of the gimmick pay-per-views. Or is that next year?
I don't know if they were maybe using it just for the actual match and not the pay-per-view. But again, like last week, we're going to be talking about a potential pay-per-view coming up. We need to get into Braun Strowman on Twitter. I believe this was after his match with Omos. He tweeted something that was like barely proper English about 47 5 stars and a bunch of hash. He used every single character on Twitter that Elon would let him use. And the flippy floppers, he was coming at basically everyone he works with, doing things that he's done before. AEW wrestlers are commenting back. Ali quote tweeted it, say like, "Tell me how to get fired." He was mentioned by, I think, the Sing on Dynamite. They mentioned a guy in red leather pants. So there was some backlash to Braun Strowman and his comments on basically 90% of the people he works with. I mean, the only people it's like Wardlow, and he doesn't work with them, but the bigger guys like here, Omos, he's probably offended by that. Brian Cage probably likes that shit. But Braun Strowman, what are we doing here? I mean, I wanted to come back.
Strowman would be perfect in like the WWE in like the 80s with Hogan, with all the big guys, where little people, as he would call it, didn't exist, or at least not to the nature that they do today.
To where we get like a Braun versus Rey Mysterio match.
Right. Dude's a freaking, I'd say tool bag, but that's insulting to a tool bag. He's just like, he needs to shut up. They need to take Twitter away from him. Like, Raquel, you're with him. Like, just tell him to shut the fuck up. Like,
that's another thing too. Yeah, it's like you say all this stupid shit in a company. You and your girl work at that company, and then it's like you're kind of making her
probably making things awkward for her. Yeah,
with her, like the female talent that she worked with, or like I don't know. I just feel like it's such an idiotic thing to do after coming back from a company.
Stupid. But like, what is like Triple H gonna do in that sense? Like, it's not punishable, right? I mean, it's basically his opinion.
Well, he
maybe
gets
you
old.
can talk to him and be like, "Yo, can you like just shut the fuck up on Twitter, please?"
I just think it's a get. Like, don't say that stuff on Twitter. I'm sure. I mean, he had to delete the tweets, and I'm sure the PR got to him. But it's like, why does this keep happen? Like, I don't know.
Did he delete the tweets?
I believe they were deleted because I remember I remember I screen captured the quote, the Ali one. I remember I had that and sent it to you. But then after that, you just saw Ali's part, and the bottom part was gone. So he went on and deleted them.
I mean, doesn't matter if he deleted them. Everyone knows that he said what he said, and he's a freaking dumbass.
I don't know. You're not supposed to be controlling your narrative anymore, man. You're back in WWE.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Chill, bro. You don't do that anymore.
We're going to move on. I mean, this is the reason why I had a different title to our episode today. I think it was like When All Else Fails or something about like, let's just have a tournament, something like that. But we had the announcement this week of Raw's 30th anniversary. Raw is XXX. So I wanted to do the graphic.
Google that.
The graphic for the episode today, I put like a Braun ping on it. We had a King of the Ring, but we're going to be talking about that. But I searched the Raw XXX for the logo and went to images, and oh boy, don't do that. I saw so many black penises inside of like white females. It was ridiculous. But the fourth picture in my search was a picture of Hunter Hearst Helmsley and the Raw XXX logo. So, I mean, when your searches come up, you're getting like 30 black dicks, but you're also getting a picture of Hunter and the Raw is XXX logo. But if you guys want to do it for yourself, go ahead. I'll tweet later what the search image looks like. I'll have to blur out everything except Triple H. Are you doing it?
I don't have a
Raw XXX.
I know. I don't. For some reason, my default browser is Yahoo, and they don't have an image tab I can click on. You
gotta get to Google.com immediately.
I've been trying to
search Google in Yahoo. Go into Yahoo, search for Google.
Oh, here we go.
And search Raw XXX.
No, see now Raw AAA.
Raw XXX.
I did Raw is XXX.
No, Raw space XXX. Hunter should be like the fourth picture.
We did not find Raw XXX.
Do you have safe mode on? What is happening in your house?
I don't know. Hold on. What do I do if I set? See, now I get a bunch of porn websites when I click all, but if I click images, it's just nah.
No, images, a bunch of stuff came up. I can't even show you.
It's still on Yahoo. I Googled, I Yahoo'd Google, and I'm still on I'm still on Yahoo.
Googled. I asked Jeeves to get Yahoo to get me to Google Raw XXX.
Bro,
this is the greatest ever.
It says Raw XXX Google search. Enter. Yahoo. I don't get it. I'll work on this while we do the show. See if I can.
All right. But the show is in Philadelphia. I believe it's January 29th. I mean, do I go in my Rusev shirt?
I might have to.
I might have to bust this out. We might have to go. Will they let me wear this?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, Scott. All right.
So it's one of the heartbreaking things about all this is like, I mentioned it to my wife, and she was all like, "Yeah, if you get the money, we can go." I'd be like, "Oh, bet, cool, awesome." And then I got this text about this bachelor party in AC, and it's basically the same thing that we did last time we went to AC. Instead of an Eagles game, though, we're going to go to a Flyers game. We're going to get club box seats.
Oh, tight.
Not tight. So I know this is going to cost me, again, probably like grandish. We're talking grandish. So unfortunately, and also, yes, like the bachelor party is going to be like a week or two after this Raw. So now I'm just like, man, I don't think I'm going to Raw, which sucks because it's probably the last time I'll ever probably get to see guys like DX, guys like Steve Austin.
I'm trying
and
to
all
think
that
who's
stuff.
gonna be there for the big. And I'm assuming there's gonna be the anniversary show, and they're gonna have but they just brought what DX had a reunion. They had all this. I don't know. All these. What are they gonna do? Are they bringing Undertaker? Are they bringing Kane? Are they bringing Mankind? Or I mean, they just had reunion. I don't know. It just seems like we have one of these shows like every few months. So I'm interested to see how they build up the.
I do think sometimes sometimes these anniversary shows are a little over hyped. Like I remember, man, it was a big anniversary show, and they had like nobody on it. And I want to say not the 20th, maybe it was the 20th or 25th, one of them. And they had nobody on there. I remember the 1000th episode of Raw. They didn't really have it. I mean, they had some people, but they didn't have anybody that I would expect it to be there. But I mean, mainly Steve Austin. But
I would assume they would with now. Well, maybe again, this is another besides the DX reunion. This is going to be the first big anniversary show under Triple H. So I mean, I could see all the Raw legends that have been there. Your Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker potentially. I mean, maybe you get a Cena. I mean, maybe you get a Rock.
I don't think so, but that would be banging.
Is this after Rumble or it has to be?
Yeah, it has to be after Rumble. It was like,
but it's right or is it the Raw? Is it right after? Is it the night after? Because I think it's the 29th, and doesn't the Rumble happen at?
Let me do my. Did you just ask Siri on live air?
Yeah, it says Saturday, January 29th.
So that means no. Wait, that's not Saturday the 29th?
Yeah, it's on a Saturday.
So that means Raw's on the 31st?
That sounds about right.
Is there 31 days in January? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Take your word for it.
And then let's see. January 23rd. It's the go home. So the go home to Royal Rumble is the 30th anniversary. Nailed it.
Good job. You worked hard on that.
I did a little Googling. No big deal. My Google actually works. Didn't have to Yahoo it. No big deal. Hangman's off Twitter. He's gone. That's about it. We got Sophia. What's up? She's up. Is she upset that Hangman left Twitter?
Well, recently she doesn't really explore down here. We don't have her explore in the dojo. This week she has been in the dojo 3 times, and she loves the dojo, and she wants to come down now all the time.
Obviously.
So she just got back from dance, and she wants to every time, especially if she sees me down here, she wants to come down.
She wants to be like Daddy, of course.
Like normally, I'm cool with it. Usually, like it's just I'm not gonna be down here all day like I usually am. So,
but she's very upset that Hangman's off Twitter. We just announcing when that happens. We had a return. We had a couple of returns this week. But Mia Yim returns. She joins the OC.
You think this is like an all like all the time thing? Like, is she in the OC now, or is this just for what I'm assuming is going to be a War Games match? I guess.
Yeah, but then at that point, I feel like
maybe it's not a War Games match. Maybe it's an elimination match, old school.
I think it's going to be War Games.
You think it's going to be War Games?
I think there's going to be.
You think they're going to have 3 War Games matches?
I could see like a group, a faction versus faction, a women's and a men's. I don't know. It definitely, they teased last night. It seems, and I think I can fill in the blanks too. It seems like they're doing Bloodline, and the fifth member, Sami Zayn, because he's been kept off with the crown jewel and everything. So Sammy will fill out Bloodline, and then it'll be Brawl and Brutes, Drew McIntyre, and their fifth, I'm only assuming.
Oh my God.
Burning Kevin Owens.
Sorry. I Googled RAW XXX on my phone, and it works on the phone.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. Maybe I do have like child lock on my.
I think so. It's probably better off. There's some gross stuff out there.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot of things going on there. But hey, here we are.
We finally saw the ending of something that Mick Foley, of course, a legendary jabroni of the week, potential jabroni.
I was gonna say, is he in the running for of the year?
Definitely. We're in. Oh my God, we're getting up to the jabroni.
Yeah, we're right around the corner.
Third annual Jabroni Awards coming up in December, and yeah, Mick Foley is up there for my Jabroni of the Year, definitely. But he introduced this hideous 24/7 title. The only thing cool about it was R-Truth for a little bit. He was fun, even to the point now where they actually could have used it, because I think Alvarez suggested this with R-Truth, like picking it up out of the trash can and still using it while he recovers from his knee surgery, which I don't think wasn't a bad idea, but it's gone. It's done. Again, I'll never forget Jinder rolling up R-Truth on the golf cart on the golf course. I always cherish these moments. Or Reggie doing his little getaways in the park and jumping on ice cream trucks and shit. Love it. But thank God it's gone. They took it from Dana Brooke. Nikki ASH. We didn't even mention she came back as Nikki Cross. Ended a Raw like 2 weeks ago.
Like 2 weeks ago.
But she's back. She won the 24/7 title.
Yeah.
She threw it in a trash can. She missed the trash can. I don't know if that's an ongoing storyline, but it's off the website. It's gone. We don't have to deal with it anymore.
Not the most creative way to get rid of a championship.
I'll take it. It just needed to go.
I'll take it. It needed to go. Was serving no purpose.
Oh my God, when they threw a match graphic up, like 24/7 title, like no, it's always off on the line. There's never stupid. Carry On, the Wayward Sons, patent by the Young Bucks. Did you see this?
Yes, I did.
The Wayward Sons.
I'm a huge fan of the song, mainly because it was the first song when Anchorman rolled the credits at the end of the movie. That was my introduction to that song. So
Kansas fan.
Yeah.
So is this like kind of a slogan more, or is this like are we getting a name change, you think? Or
no, I think they're gonna come out to this, right?
They're gonna come to the song?
Yeah. I think that would make sense. I just listening to it, I was like, it would totally be something that they would do. I mean, when you look at like Orange Cassidy's theme song and somebody else's theme song, I forget who. Mine.
It's a weird
Darby Allin.
entrance. Don't you think? Like the beginning, like carry on my. I don't know. I just feel like
carry on my way. Like,
I guess
and then
once it picks
they
in,
they come out when the beat drops.
I'm with you. All right. Do we buy the rights to Kid? That's pretty expensive.
Are we getting copyrighted right now?
I sounded exactly like the beginning of that.
I mean, it's not night and day.
I know we didn't get a strike, but for when we did the Jabronis Ghostbusters, I know there's underneath it says Ray Parker Jr. I'm like, Ray Parker Jr. does not sing this song. My son does. This is bullshit.
They're not even the same lyrics.
Not even close to the same lyrics.
Is it the tune? Is it the song is it the actual music, the instrumentals that we have to worry about?
I think we're good though. Ray Parker was okay with it, but
how come Weird Al never got any copyrights? He never got any copyrights. All he did was get a Roku movie.
Yeah, with Harry Potter.
With Harry fucking Potter.
When do we get our movie? is
I
playing
want a
Harry
movie.
Potter. I want.
That's not the Scorpion X.
Yeah,
Scorpion King X.
Yeah, I want Brendan Fraser to play me, and I don't know.
Oh, that'd be such a good get.
He's
back.
He is back.
He's back.
I saw a trailer of him where he's like really big, and it's called Whale. It was a teaser trailer. It's coming out.
Yeah, he got like that. That was that Twitter video going around of him getting a standing ovation and stuff. That was at a showing of that movie.
Very interesting. So I was like, oh shit, B. Frage, because he was in that Batgirl movie that got canned completely by the studio. They like made a Batgirl movie. DC had it put like. I think it was like $100 million loss at the end of the day, and they canned the complete movie. And he was in it, I believe. Not that I believe he was. It was done.
Was he a villain?
I don't remember if he was, or if he was some kind of.
He wasn't Batgirl, was he?
He wasn't Batgirl. No, that missed opportunity actually for casting. All right, so. I thought this was kind of, I mean, hopefully this is true. I think they need him. I think it makes sense. But Cena possibly returning in Hollywood for WrestleMania 39. There's been rumors for a while of Gunther, which go back to last year. I mean, there's Austin Theory out there, but I feel like that's definitely not going to happen. That doesn't seem. But Cena back at WrestleMania. What do you think? You love it.
I mean, I'm always going to be on board for Cena. To come back makes sense at WrestleMania. Interesting to see who they get to face him.
Does he come out in like Peacemaker gear?
No, I don't think so. Peacemaker will be. I feel like it'll be done.
I don't even think they started filming season 2 yet.
No, they had to have started filming season 2. I've been waiting way too long.
I looked it up the other day, and I was like, there's still nothing really out there. I don't think he's been filming it. But it is happening. I just, I remember watching yesterday I watched the whole, like, final fight scene from the finale. I was like, this show's so great. When's it coming back? Again, we've talked about it a lot, but go watch Peacemaker.
Yeah, please go watch Peacemaker. I started watching it again this week. You know what else I started watching this week? Started watching Game of Thrones this week. That's a new one for me.
I tried to, you know what I watched randomly? I never watched anything at all except like sports and wrestling. I watched, but it's still kind of sports. I watched Hard Knocks, the Cardinals.
Okay.
And it's funny knowing that they like have 3 games coming up, and they're like, we can easily be playing the Rams in 3 weeks for first place, and it's just funny like watching it knowing that they lose like those next 2 games and seeing how and then they lose Baker, and then D-Hop comes back. But it was pretty I don't know, I love that shit. Staged football conversations with teammates and stuff. It's great. But Hard Knocks, yeah. So you got the HBO.
Brendan Fraser was supposed to be a villain in Batgirl. Thank you.
So he was a villain in it. It was shot. They shot the movie.
Yeah, I'm reading all about it. They are trying to renegotiate the shit so they can get this out.
There's been petitions and whatnot to get the movie.
We need to get Brendan Fraser on the big screen again. All right, and I would love to see him as Firefly.
It's been a while. All right, what do we have? Okay, next up, wrestle votes. So. King of the Ring apparently could be coming back as a premium live event. And also back to the old where old format, everything happens in one night. The pay-per-view is King of the Ring. And I think that would be, I feel like it was a WWE Network exclusive when Neville won it, maybe. And they kind of did that.
No, Neville was in the finals, but Barrett won it.
Okay. Was that like a one night? Did they do like a
They did the qualifying round, and I think they did the quarterfinals on TV, but they did the semifinals and the finals.
They did 2 rounds
like
the same
its own show, yeah.
On a network. I do remember that. But yeah, this is going to be a first time going back now where it's like when Stone Cold won it. That was all one night because he got hurt during it and left and came back. So yeah, I think that would be. Did that happen? Survivor Series for the WWE Championship was the whole
98, yeah.
Was the whole pay-per-view
whole motherfucking thing, yeah. And they maybe had like one. I think they had like one Survivor Series elimination match on that show as well.
They didn't do that.
Maybe
did they do that for when Sheamus cashed in on Roman? Wasn't that a tournament for the title? When like
it
Seth
was a
lost?
tournament, but I don't think it was as long as 98. 98 was like
the whole
really long, or felt like really long.
But I think that would be really, really cool to bring back a tournament and throwing it all together in one night.
Bring back everything. Bring back the old logo. Bring back the tournament. Bring back the crown. Bring back the what's the thing they wear? The robe, the scepter. Give the guy who wins it a WWE title shot. Make this shit important, because even when they've brought it back randomly, it hasn't been important. King Woods, not important. Barrett,
yeah, Jay just stepped on it, and then that was it.
Yeah, I can't remember the last like important King of the Ring. I mean, well, like that made an impact, or that made it like mean something.
Corbin,
King
Corbin,
nah. Sheamus, nah.
I don't like
the last important King of the Ring, in my opinion, William Regal, King Regal.
What about King Booker?
I mean, he was before Regal, though.
Touche.
Thank you.
All right. So, what was up next here? Oh, was it the call up? We have a potential call up from one of my favorites in NXT, Cameron Grimes. Finished up his storyline, looking like it's main roster time for Cameron Grimes. I don't know what Cameron Grimes. What do you think? Raw guy or SmackDown guy? SmackDown?
Nah, Raw. SmackDown's got people. I think Raw's is the way to go.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I don't know who you put him with. Maybe you start this like JBL faction and just put Cameron Grimes with like Corbin
I don't like that pair, but I do like Cameron Grimes, JBL. Oh, that was another big story. Ric Flair nonstop talking shit on JBL the whole week too, saying he was a bully and how he destroyed people mentally and all this stuff. There was like several articles about Ric Flair.
Is Ric Flair on like a 5-10 year delay? Because I'm pretty sure all that came out like 10 years ago.
He said, yeah, he's gonna give more details about the plane ride from hell and all this stuff. I'm like, Ric Flair.
The last thing Flair should do is give more details about the plane ride from hell. Okay, that is the last thing he should ever talk about again in the short time he has left on this earth.
Let's not dig up any of this. All right. And also we said Bray wants his boys back. I mean, he was already rumored to return to the company, Bo Dallas, but he wants Bo and he wants Eric Rowan, apparently. And apparently, I think they're okay with, because apparently Bray has a lot of push because of the merch and the popularity of the character. That, I mean, I could see a Rowan, and I definitely see Bo Dallas, but I don't know what we're still doing with this Uncle Howdy situation. I know that the LA Knight thing, I just want to just go to. Where's Max Dupree? Because this is, I don't know.
Really?
I don't. Well, I'm not a fan of the Stone Cold rip. He's literally his whole thing is like a Stone Cold knockoff. Like, what? Yeah. Oh, let me talk to him. Yeah.
Oh, I did catch him say, huh?
He does that all the time. I mean, he's done that for like Eli Drake was, but I don't know. But he had a little run-in with Bray, and this is like the first physical altercation where Bray had a little headbutt, and it looks like this could be. Is this Bray's first match? And if so, when is this happening?
So I liked the back and forth between them. Thought they were both great in that. Am I a fan of this being Bray's first feud? If it's just that black and white and it's a feud and it's LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt, no. Only because that means LA Knight will definitely have to lose. I don't want to see LA Knight lose. So I don't think it's going to be as simple as LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt. I think they like line up for a match. Then you get somebody interfering on behalf of Bray Wyatt or something. I don't know. And then it's like, now is LA Knight a heel? Is Bray Wyatt a heel? Who's the fucking heel here? Just whatever. Maybe yesterday was just a one-off, and maybe there was nothing. But then it's like, if LA Knight doesn't try to get payback for that headbutt, then LA Knight looks like a little bitch.
Yeah, it seems like that's where.
Just got to be very careful with how you do it.
Yeah. All right. So I think that basically goes over some of the news this week. We'll talk about anything pop out at you besides we had the cash in on Raw. I mean, they're continuing this storyline with Johnny Gargano and Loomis and The Miz.
Yeah, I'm losing hope in that real quick.
We had the bongo jokes with Riddle and New Day opened up. I think they literally there was
maybe
first,
I'm
40 minutes of the show was.
Yeah, maybe I'm old school or something, but and maybe it's because I'm watching maybe a show that's not directed towards me. But I don't see how people find that funny. You want to hit my bong? It's not a bong. It's a bongo. It's a bongo.
Yeah.
You know?
It was pretty.
But I heard laughter.
It's children's show. They love that stuff.
You don't think any adults? You don't think there's some weird ass?
There was a bunch of dudes who were
dudes
going
thinking that was hilarious.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
I agree. I definitely agree. But the savior of everything, at least. I mean, Baron Corbin beats Cedric Alexander in about 2 minutes.
Why the fuck's that the savior?
Well, Baron Corbin gets a win. It's a great thing, but I want to show. All right, so Cedric lost a match very quickly. Shelton lost a match very quickly. I believe this is slowly going to bring the Hurt Business is coming back together, I believe.
I agree.
I don't know if MVP will be involved, but
I mean, why not? Throw Omos in there. Though you're not doing anything with them, just have Omos be the fucking enforcer of the Hurt Business, dude.
You need Hot Bobby. Hot Bobby needs to.
Hot Bobby too. Yeah, he practically turned heel, essentially.
So I think we are. Yeah, and that's oh my god, yeah, that was the main thing of all. We had the Lashley turn. So that was another positive. I see. We saw Cedric lose, Shelton lose, Bobby turn heel. We're getting Hurt Business. And there was an article a week or so ago about Bobby saying that he was going to get the Hurt Business back together. So, oh yay. Elias is back, and did he lose very quickly? He lost 3 minutes to Otis.
Elias lost?
Yes. A distraction. Really? And then World's Strongest Slam. 259. Wow. Under 3 minutes. Elias.
Where's Ezekiel?
God. Oh, that was the match. Austin Theory beat Shelton Benjamin. in under 3 minutes. So we had Gargano and The Miz. They used the turnbuckle and The Miz beat Gargano. We had the.
This is where we all found out that a universal remote can control the big screen that they have on Raw.
I don't like the way they're.
This is going nowhere way too fast.
It was interesting when it first started in the crowd with the AJ match with Loomis. And then it instantly, when they, I don't know, this is just completely lost. Like, anytime I see anything involving this storyline, I just move along.
Man, like, it's crazy because, like, is the Triple H honeymoon over? It might be, because we're sitting here right now. We are criticizing a lot of the stuff that's happening on Raw and SmackDown.
No, I think the build to. I'm looking forward to War Games, Survivor Series. I mean, there's some decisions made. Should we? I guess we'll stay on WWE for now, and then we'll talk Dynamite. So we'll move over to SmackDown, in which we're on the topic. They had a 6-women's match, a multi-women's match. Oh my god! And it was
6-pack challenge.
There was a that was completely ruined. It looked bad. They kept the camera on these girls for way too long, and then all of a sudden they just cut to the ring, and Shotzi hits a move on
Sonya.
Lacey Evans, and boom, Shotzi's the number 1 contender, and she's going to face Ronda at Survivor Series. There's a backstage segment with Shayna, and she ends up attacking, and Ronda and Shayna go laughing off. Dear God, I hope this all ends with a Mania match between Ronda and Shayna for the title, and Shayna gets the title. And we get back to right when Shayna won, right before COVID in Philadelphia. She won that Elimination Chamber, and then nothing. Hopefully,
I hope that happens for you, because I don't see a damn thing in Shayna.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I don't want to say that. That's too mean. She doesn't do it for me.
I think that's of that storyline of where we're at right now and how much time we got till Maine. I see that friendship, and they've teased the breakup in the past. So I feel like this is a lot, and hopefully Triple H, I think that's Shayna is one of his girls. He loves Ronda. So I think that could be a potential, but then you always got your Charlotte's looming, and I don't know. But again, not a bad thing. We had the New Day and the Usos for the tag titles, but successful. The Usos they're going to break the all-time tag team record. Roman,
unless they lose it on a live event with these next 2 days.
That's not happening. It's not happening at all. All right. We've gotten to the point now in the show where we need a certain thing that wrestling loves doing.
Hold on.
When all else fails. Okay.
Hold on. I just wanted to, before we get too deep, I need to talk about this War Games match with the women. So you have Damage Control. I don't know if that includes Nikki Cross or not, but Nikki Cross is also part of the match. And you got Alexa Bliss, Bianca, Asuka, and then 2 open spots, I believe, and 1 open spot for Damage Control Survivor Series in Boston. Do you think that this is time for Sasha Banks and Naomi to join the Good Gals?
Do they need to?
Yes, the Good Gals need 2.
It's Bianca.
Damage Control needs 1.
Bianca, Alexa, and
Asuka.
They need to. Yeah, because there's like pictures of her circulating, her like training. She's not going to. I feel like, weren't they put back on the active roster thing too? Yeah, it's in Boston.
Look at that.
I didn't even realize that. Yeah, so that's the lineup. I think that's the 2 surprises. that you'll
So
find
you
out
think
tonight.
that Sasha and Naomi are joining Alexa Bliss and Asuka, and any guesses on who's gonna join the bad gals?
So, I mean, it could just be any jabroni. Then it might not be a surprise.
Could be any jabroni. Could be Charlotte.
That is true, though.
That would be a mega match. That would turn it into a mega match.
I could see them bringing Charlotte back for that too. I mean, it's going to be big because I mean, and I think, like I said, the men's one. I think they're going to keep. I think Sammy might be off of. I don't know if they're going to after no, because he has that match coming up, but he's definitely going to be the fifth member.
It's going to be the Bloodline versus Drew and
the Brawling Brutes, and they need one
Brawling
more.
Brutes, and then you
Kevin
need one
Owens.
more.
Kevin Owens is the only one that makes sense to me. He hasn't been around.
Yeah, he hasn't been around.
And I think that's it. I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn fills it out. It would be fantastic. Except the whole Brawling Brutes being in there. That kind of sucks.
What the hell's wrong with you and the Brawling Brutes?
I don't know.
What you got against the Brawling Brutes?
I thought it was kind of funny how that whole segment went, where they just come out and his mic's not working. I'm just like, this is exactly what we know this feud is. This feud is just a hiccup along the way. So after this, are we getting? What are we getting in December? Do we have a scheduled premium live event? Are we getting Roman and Sheamus one-on-one then?
I don't think that we have an event, but I do think at the Rumble you get Sheamus and Roman.
That's how long we're waiting?
I think so. I mean, unless they schedule a premium live event for December, but I don't think we have one in December.
I don't know if I can deal with this storyline.
I will say I do have like nightmares thinking back to the Roman Sheamus storyline when Sheamus cashed in Money in the Bank. It was probably some of the worst TV I've ever watched on wrestling.
But also, it had like two of the greatest moments, I think, actually too. Because I always remember him getting bro kicked, winning that tournament at Survivor Series, and the bro kick. Triple H was in the ring, and Sheamus winning. That was really cool. And then I remember that Raw in Philly that was there with Vince McMahon and Superman punching Vince and then hitting the spear on Sheamus and winning the title. Like I'm literally getting goosebumps. Like that place was hot, man. And that I'll never forget how bad he got booed, how bad he was getting booed that night. And then all of a sudden I've never seen a place fucking turn on a dime and go ape shit, including myself, for Roman Reigns that night.
Fantastic. Hopefully, maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens.
But I don't. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this. This whole thing. The match will be. I love that if the bloodline wasn't, because originally I thought like Reigns wasn't going to be part of the Survivor Series at all. But you give me the bloodline versus anybody in a War Games match, it's going to be awesome. We talked about. All right, so we have to do it now. We delayed it too long. It's time.
You thought you could get rid of me?
No. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. We're crawling back to you, the correspondent. Can you explain to us what the hell this tournament is all about?
Which one?
What? I know. Yeah, this is all right. The World Cup, SmackDown's World Cup tournament.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, Now, are you rusty, or do you have the gimmick that you can pop up?
I don't. Oh, I don't
You
have the.
you do. Oh, so you're a so okay. All right.
I have.
See.
I
see when I'm not welcomed here. Okay.
They didn't. I mean, I could put actually.
No. Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to do it myself.
The only thing they have is this picture. They didn't put a bracket up yet. Talk about these guys though.
So they dropped the ball. Okay. All right. So the World Cup is obviously more famously known as the soccer tournament, and I think they're playing off of that because I think some of it is happening on Fox, FS1, all that good stuff. So the winner of this tournament gets a big trophy because that has worked out really well in other events, and they also get an intercontinental title shot. Not a universal championship match because, whatever. An intercontinental. Because if you win the World Cup, you're not good enough for a universal title shot.
You get the world champ.
We have these 8 gentlemen that identify as gentlemen, and they are from all aspects of the earth. Obviously, Ali, not from Chicago, like he has said multiple times, but he is from Pakistan or wherever they said. Shinsuke Nakamura. I want to see if I can get this. Shinsuke's he's from Japan.
Cuba. Oh, okay.
Ricochet and Braun Strowman, they are from America. Jinder is from somewhere. India, okay. Sammy is obviously something that I can't think of right now. Syria?
Yeah,
No.
but no, you're right. Both his parents are from
But
Syria.
it's Canada. He's also Canada.
He's representing Canada.
He's representing Canada. Okay. Pete Dunne, the England guys, and Santos, I believe, is Mexico.
Woo! I think that's pretty much, we nailed all the flags.
Yeah. So SmackDown, we had Braun Strowman versus Jinder Mahal, which is basically your usual squash match that was on TV.
That was. It was like 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, it wasn't too exhilarating, exciting. And then who else we have? We had Shinsuke and we had Santos Escobar, where I said off air, Santos won clean, but according to my notes here, he did not win clean. There was a distraction.
Always.
And he delivered an avalanche phantom driver for the victory. Santos advances, Braun advances. I wish I could show you what lies ahead for both of them, but there's no bracket.
Yeah, we don't know which side, because I think they're really just, they might have who they want to win it, but I think they're just kind of, they did announce the other two, because they announced Ali and Sami Zayn.
The Sami Zayn's facing somebody. Can I see that graphic again, please? I think I can figure it out. Sami Zayn is 1000% facing Ali.
Yeah, and Ricochet has to be facing Butch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, because the other 4 guys already competed. They're the only 4 left.
But could it be the other way around, maybe?
No, they already announced. I know they announced Ali versus Sami Zayn for next week.
Okay. All right. They did.
I'm almost certain they did. They showed like a graphic.
It was like now with like the War Game stuff going on, maybe Sami Zayn versus Pete Dunne, Butch would be a better way to go.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I messed it up completely. Ricochet and Ali.
It's Ricochet versus Ali?
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, and then Sami versus Butch.
Yes. Sorry about that.
Okay. That made way more sense.
They put that graphic up. So
this is why I do the bracketology.
But they should put a bracket out, though. I thought that was stupid.
I
waited until literally right before we started, and they still didn't put one out because I don't think they know which bracket, what part, if they're in the East, West.
It does kind of it kind of
it makes your job harder.
Makes my job harder. It makes the whole us calling this bracketology not relevant whatsoever.
It's kind of pointless. Oh
Yeah,
my god,
yeah.
is the other company running a more
you know what I'm
proper-
saying? You know what I'm thinking here? The AEW just had the bracket with the representatives flag and everything. Maybe WWE was gonna do that, and then they're like, "Oh, we wouldn't. We'd be ripping off, somebody else's gimmick," which we will get to later. By the way,
I'm sure we
somebody
will.
ripping off somebody else's gimmick type deal situation.
How long are we? This is SmackDown, so I'm assuming everything's going to happen on SmackDown. We're not going to have so next week we're getting 2 more matches.
Next week we're getting 2 more matches, and then we're going to get into the semifinals, and we're going to get into the finals.
So within about 3 weeks we'll have this wrapped up. Right now we already have
Maybe that. Yeah, no, you're right.
two men are already eliminated. Let's throw it up here. We got 2 men already eliminated.
All right, so yeah,
Six
we're gonna
potential
cross
winners.
out. Yeah, we're gonna cross out. Who are we crossing out? We're gonna cross out Jinder.
Shinsuke and Jinder.
We're
Shinsuke,
crossing out
Jinder.
Jinder, or Shinsuke rather. Yeah, Shinsuke and Jinder. So I could see if I had to take a guess here. Remember, this is for a trophy and the Intercontinental Championship. I wouldn't mind seeing Braun Strowman versus Gunther. That'd be pretty cool.
Okay. You're thinking match-wise.
Ricochet versus Gunther, we've seen before. Ali versus Gunther. See, Ali has his own little U.S. title thing happening right now, so I don't think he wins. He's out. Santos versus Gunther, no. Sammy versus Gunther. Do we have an announcement on when the Intercontinental title match will take place?
No, because whoever wins the title just gets the shot. I would assume that either it would be, if this is 3 weeks, this is already leading up to the pay-per-view. So I think it would be after Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the fan favorite's gonna be Sami Zayn. Well,
Might be Sammy.
If you think about the long run of the Bloodline, that's the title now, and the Bloodline will have
get another title in there.
He has.
But wouldn't it? Here we go. The cloud has formed. It took a while to get there, but the cloud has formed.
It's exciting.
Sammy wins the Intercontinental title. Don't ask me how he does it, but Sammy somehow beats Gunther.
No, but that's the thing. You have the Bloodline, and that could numbers game with Imperium could. Cal, there was a distraction all like 80 times this week.
Good.
Boom, and that's the title goes on.
Now you have Sammy as Intercontinental Champion, brings it to the Bloodline, but now there's jealousy in the Bloodline. Why? Because Sammy's not technically part of said Bloodline. You know who is in the Bloodline that won't have a title? Solo doesn't have a title. You know what's going to happen now? Solo's going to get real fucking jealous. Solo is going to be all, yo, Jay, dude, remember Sammy? He's a piece of shit, right? Ha ha ha. But that's not going to work now. So now you have Jey Uso, Solo, probably convinces Jimmy to be all feeling some type of way about Sammy. Then boom, Bloodline turns on Sammy and takes the Intercontinental title. That's where Solo wins the Intercontinental title.
I could see how they were going to stretch out the storyline with the Bloodline with Sami Zayn. Everything you said sounds perfect all the way through. Do you think, and do you think the person to take the title off of Roman Reigns is Sami Zayn?
If I had to put odds on it, I would give Sammy plus 150.
So it's up there. Like, do you think, like, what do you think right now is the big money match for Reigns at Mania? Like, and I'll throw out some names for you. You have The Rock, you have Cody Rhodes, but now, like, I mean, and this Sami Zayn, I mean, I feel like he is one of the most over faces in the company. And the storyline that you literally just brought with, I definitely think that they created this whole thing to somehow get the title on Sami Zayn. I mean, we could be completely wrong, but that's how I would completely book this thing. He ends up beating Gunther, but they do it in a way with the bloodline where Gunther does not lose any credibility whatsoever. You can get Gunther into a big program. Gunther could be in the Rumble then at that point, and be a monster there and put up some big numbers. But I don't know, the storyline just going through to Mania. And then even with Sami then going after Roman, if Roman's involved with him losing the IC title, and then his, you know what, you took the IC title from me, I'm taking both those titles from you. I think that would, and the hype up to it, I don't know. I think right now I would probably, and it's crazy, I think Sami Zayn Roman Reigns, I think would be.
It would be. If we're talking about WrestleMania and we're talking about, you know, who's gonna face Roman, I still think it's Cody. And the reason I give Sami, you know, underdog odds to take the title, slight, take the title from Roman is because I think there's even more of a story with Sami versus Jay, and I think at Mania you get the Usos versus Sami Zayn and mystery partner / Kevin Owens for the tag titles, and you beat the Usos at Mania.
I feel like that's like when you get to a certain point and you could either go A or B. That's like the A. Like I think that's the A route, but the B route is you could do the World Championship storyline, but that does make
you can do the World Championship storyline. Just Sami doesn't win it because of Usos' involvement.
Yeah, but I do like that with the tag titles with KO potentially, and then hey, you never know. I mean, they said Tommaso is going to be off TV till next year. Maybe he comes back, and then Johnny Gargano. Yeah, but I don't know.
WrestleMania
DIY
40,
run.
we get the Sami and KO show versus DIY at WrestleMania 40.
We're looking ahead. All right. Do we ever get? Yeah, we finished up all the tournament talk for. Yeah. Let's close it out. All right. Another thing on SmackDown I want to mention. We've been looking for him for a while, but also Emma, she's also looking for him. Madcap, like, where the hell is Madcap at?
I don't know, but I didn't like her doing this.
We're doing it. You're not. They brought her back for the romantic storyline. We're supposed to believe that they're not in a relationship together. But then they're going to. I don't know why they're still doing this when we all know that they're together in real life. But okay,
it doesn't give off. I feel like it doesn't give off the right vibe for Tenille. Was she going by Tenille in there, or is she Emma?
She's Emma.
She's Emma.
Yeah.
It just doesn't give off the right vibe. I don't know. Like the first thing I would want, the first thing I want to see her do is, like, get into a romantic storyline.
It's like, God damn it. This is definitely leading to them winning like the Mix Max challenge in like
oh God, is that bad? That's bad.
Mid-December. I swear to God, this is what it's all leading to. Or maybe they'll push it till the Mix Max challenge. But yeah. People in relationships, not in relationships, but are in relationships, but are going to end up being in a relationship on TV, but they already are. So that's good stuff. But let's switch over to the other company here this week. We had some wrestling going on. AEW. We're on the road to Full Gear. It's in Jersey Prudential Center. I've been on the fence about making travels there. I just still don't know. Still don't know if I want to spend my Saturday there. But before we get into, I know it's crazy. another tournament that's happening. Anything that pop out this week on AEW television that you enjoyed? Did you watch any?
Give me like 5 seconds, okay? Just give me 5 seconds. The Soraya Britt Baker stuff.
That happened. I remember that.
I did see that, actually. I did see that. Not for me.
She's back, man. Full gear. She's cleared.
I know she's cleared. I didn't like this promo. That's all I was saying.
Yeah. That's fair. A lot of stuff that AEW is doing,
I liked Britt Baker in it. She had a lot of good one-liners or lines. Didn't really care for Soraya's comments.
I'm right there. I'm not the biggest fan. I don't.
Huge Del Rio fan over here.
You got me. He was in the League of Nations with.
I mean, come on. He teamed up with Dutch. Come on. Wait, these aren't going on yet. What am I doing?
We'll get there. I mean, there was what I remember mostly. I remember Moxley had a promo. I remember that MJF was on Part of My Take, and they aired his promo from Part of My Take. Did they start the tournament on Dynamite, or did they start the tournament on Rampage? I think it was on Rampage. Oh no,
Yeah.
It was on because Eddie Kingston and Ethan Page were on Dynamite too. So you know what? Let's just not skip any. Let's just get into it. I mean, we're denying the inevitable here, so let's go.
So I said to him, I don't have any work cream left. And it was, no. Hey, whoa. What's going on?
We have a tournament.
What? We already did it.
No, there's more.
No,
They hit.
No, we did the World Cup.
In case of an emergency, break this glass, and that they broke the glass, and we're doing it again.
Hey, the AEW tournament. What is it? What's it for? What's it for? The world title. Is it an eliminator thing? Fuck.
AEW is trying to. They're trying to sabotage. I don't think they like this segment.
All right, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? Who do we have? Do we have a bracket? Do you have a bracket? Do they have a bracket?
I keep not showing up as an image.
What?
Like they're really messing with me. Like I save the image, it's an image, and then let's see if this works. I figured it out. I'm the best. I'm so cool.
Okay. Wow. I'm lost without my brackets. All right. Let's see. World Title Eliminator Tournament. Winner receives World Title match at AEW Wrestling. Oh wait, this is Winter is Coming. Winter is Coming, right? Okay. So we have Eddie Kingston versus.
We have to say they have a bracket. So
they do have a bracket. Okay, so
talk a lot of
plus
shit.
two. Plus 2 for AEW. Kingston versus Page. Bandito versus Roosh. Lance Archer versus Ricky Starks. Brian Cage versus Dante Martin. Interesting. Okay. I'm ready. Not really, though. Hold on.
All right. So Wednesday, there was a match. We know that is true.
Yes, there was an Eddie Kingston, Ethan Page match.
Did you watch it?
I 1000% did watch it right now.
I know what happened.
I also know what happened, and that is that Ethan Page defeated Eddie Kingston.
He did.
Because he... Oh my god, really? That's so weird. How about we had one match in WWE's tournament and with an avalanche finishing maneuver, and now we have another match here in AEW's tournament that ends in an avalanche finishing maneuver.
Also with distractions.
This is way too much. Is Triple H booking both these shows?
I don't know. I think he saw what they did on Wednesday, and he's like, oh, "That's what we're doing on Friday."
Is Tony booking both these shows? All right. So Ethan Page wins. That's cool. I didn't really need to see Eddie Kingston anywhere near the rest of this tournament. This is fine. I'm very curious about Bandito versus Roosh. Is this Bandito's first match under the AEW flag?
I think, yeah, because he's now all
officially, yes.
He is. It happened on Rampage, and obviously, I know that you saw Rampage. It was on last night. You definitely saw Rampage.
I'm Rampage's #1 fan.
Hey, tell me, did you watch Rampage this week? Did you watch Rampage this week?
So obviously, I mean, it's his first. He had a win, right? Like Bandito and Roosh. Like who won this match? I obviously watched it. So.
Oh right. I'm on the wrong. Wrong thing. Here we go. Here it is. So we had Brian Cage advance over Dante Martin. So that's cool. I think they're just trying to make Brian Cage happy because he
he always seems unhappy.
I don't know. I still don't know what's going on with Brian Cage.
It's justified. I feel like he kind of they really haven't done much with Brian Cage.
They haven't. You had Bandito versus Roosh. Bandito obviously winning.
So we got Bandito and Ethan Page is going to set up the one side.
Correct. Who fucking won this other match? Wait, wasn't there 3 of them?
Was there Lance Archer and Ricky Starks?
Yeah, I don't have that on my...
Did that not happen yet?
Well, it's confusing. This bracket says all 3 of them are going to be on Rampage.
Because Rampage consisted of... We had Dante Martin, Brian Cage. Then we had Rush versus Bandito. Then we had Nyla Rose versus some jobber, 40 seconds. And then we had Orange Cassidy versus Lee Johnson for the All-Atlantic Championship. So I guess that match didn't happen. Lance Archer and Ricky Starks. I guess it's happening next week.
Rampage.
That's weird.
That is weird. It's kind of like giving Brian Cage a bye type deal.
We've done Brian Cage and Lance Archer before, though, haven't we?
Are you assuming Lance Archer is going to win?
If he does win, I'm just thinking if they're.
Yeah, I think we have.
Brian Cage and Ricky Starks were in Team Taz together.
Yes, they were.
So yeah, that's probably gonna. Ricky Starks will probably beat Lance Archer. We'll get Brian Cage, Ricky Starks. Who winner receives a world title match at Winter is Coming?
Winter is Coming.
So you get Ethan Page and oh god, I don't care to see any of these people get a title or whatever. They're gonna lose to MJF, so I guess
only because I believe Bandito was the last person that I saw live at a wrestling event.
This is true.
I am going to say Bandito wins the whole fucking thing.
He was the ROH champion. He retained, right, when we were there?
Sure did.
Yeah, I don't. I could see a Ricky Starks or an Ethan Page also. I'm just thinking of a match with MJF, and I don't know how long how long they even have to build to it. Even if they have like a few weeks, just try to think what would be the best person for a. I think both of Ethan Page and Ricky Starks on the mic against MJF would be fun for a short few week feud. That's all I'm thinking. I don't know. So they're my two guesses.
How we yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Anything else on this tournament?
No.
We'll figure out what's happening with Lance Archer and Ricky Starks, but let's get the hell out of here. All right. So I know you were prepping right before we were starting. Getting it ready. Okay.
One thing. Sorry. Thoughts on the card for Full Gear so far?
So we have.
I have
Mox.
it.
All right. Yeah.
So we have Mox MJF world title. We have Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter women's title. Sting and Darby versus Jay Lethal and Jeff frickin' Jarrett.
Dude, what the why is it just they're still tagging and doing it? They've been tagging for like 5 years. The company's been around for 3.
Does Ric Flair make an appearance and interfere on Sting's behalf? Probably. World ROH World Championship looks like it's a fatal 4-way.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan Danielson, excuse me. Jericho, Claudio, Sammy. That is probably going to be match of the night.
I thought Dante Martin was in that. It's Sammy?
Yes, it's Sammy. Unless this is an old card. But I doubt it.
No, I can't. ROH title. Yeah. Okay.
We have the Acclaimed versus Swerve in Our Glory. 3rd time's the charm. We got Britt Baker versus Saraya. We have Jade Cargill. There's
Nyla.
Not yet. Are they both calling themselves CBS champion?
She stole the title off of her. I remember they did that, but
and then we have Jungle Boy Jack Perry, Luchasaurus, Steel Cage.
I saw the article. They announced that. I guess they ended up announcing that on Rampage last night, which I totally saw. So
possibly.
I love that. That's gonna be.
I do like the cage match.
The cage match is gonna be great.
Yeah.
The ROH 4-way, I think, will be great. The main event will be great. Besides that, I'm not really that hyped about. I mean, I think they're slowly teasing the breakup of Swerve in Our Glory, so I see the Acclaim retaining, and probably I guess we get Swerve turning on Lee. I don't know. You think we get is there any big surprises happening we're getting I'm only assuming the Elite are returning, but I don't know in what capacity.
Yeah, like where do you put them?
Who's the Trios champions? Is it still?
I fucking forgot that was a title.
I know they
lost. Is it OC and Best Friends?
I know. Didn't they lose? Didn't Death Triangle lose them?
I don't know.
I don't even remember. But I don't know if they bring that because the Trios titles aren't even on the card right now. They're definitely going to return. They've been backstage for weeks. Apparently, they're rumored to be on that AEW reality show that they've been filming that comes out at the beginning of next year. So big. But when do they show up? Is there a spot? Is it a vignette? Is it? I don't know. They could do something like what they did with MJF, like a video thing, and then they come out. But when do you do that? After, I mean, the night's gonna end with hopefully MJF, and then Mox is getting that vacation.
Yeah, it's happening.
He's getting that vacation.
Death Triangle still the Trios champions.
What's up with FTR?
They are not on the card.
Okay.
They're not good enough to be on Full Gear. Okay? They're not good enough to be on Full Gear. Face it.
Well, hopefully that they have to somehow be involved, right? What are they not going to make that a triple threat or something?
Probably not.
Aren't they tagging with them this week on Dynamite? Wasn't there like that was one of the matches, I believe. Where's the rundown of matches? Acclaimed and FTR versus Gun Club and Swerve in Our Glory. I mean, they're like involved with the storyline. Like maybe next week they somehow insert themselves into the match. And then I would about that.
Possibly.
Anything else on AEW?
No, I'm done.
All right, let's get to it.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jabroni.
All right, Jabroni of the week time. I could start this off. You could start this off however you want.
I'll go. One thing that we failed to talk about today, and I did this purposely, was that there was a return last night on SmackDown. Not talking about the Viking Raiders. Talking about Sarah Logan. And Sarah Logan was dressed as a girl Viking, I guess. Right?
Wasn't like the top of her head like blackface?
Yeah. Now this might be a hot take. But you know, I scrolling on Twitter and seeing all the reactions, and the reactions are negative. Not because of blackface, although I did find some today.
I just thought about that. I didn't even think that people would, but of course.
It's because that she resembles another wrestler named Max the Impaler. Have you heard of this Max the Impaler?
I don't know. That sounds familiar, but I don't.
So my jabroni of the week is to all these IWC Twitter bitches. Twitter bitches. You guys are Twitter bitches. And will find anything to complain about when the WWE does something. So if you do look on Twitter and you search Max the Impaler, search Sarah Logan, sure. They look, I guess, similar. But here's the deal. Who gives a fuck? Because you have all these dumbass people online saying that they ripped off Max the Impaler. Meanwhile, I don't think anyone in WWE knows who Max the Impaler is. You know something else? I don't know who Max the Impaler is. And don't fucking tell me to Google it, because that's fucking stupid too. When you tell people to Google something, shut the fuck up. Okay?
I love that.
Just shut the fuck up. I don't feel like if you're important enough, I don't have to Google you. You know what I'm saying?
Google.
And this isn't a knock on Impaler or V or Max. This is a knock on everybody who thinks this is like a bona fide way to, like, what is it uncreative that they did this? Oh, and don't get me started on the blackface thing. It's not blackface. If you know your history, you would know that a lot of people wore the face paint like that. And this is supposed to be Viking shit.
I honestly had no idea that people were complaining about that. I just made that as because I saw the paint, and I can't believe that that's actually getting complained.
Oh my god,
about.
it's wild. I didn't see the blackface thing yesterday. I saw it today. But this is like, so like one person said, the more I think of this and think about the kind of person Sarah Logan is and the kind of person Max is, makes me even more irrationally angry that the company pulled this. So I'm guessing that there's been accusations, or I don't know the whole story. Maybe it's full blown proof that Sarah Logan is racist or something.
There's
something happened.
I've read stuff
comments
before of but
Sarah Logan couldn't steal an election, so she stole an entire gimmick instead. What? Just all of this stuff, man. Just Sarah Logan stole this. Sarah Logan stole that. Sarah Logan just stole Maxie and Pillar's whole look. This is why you need to be careful about your look, your bloody gimmick, your catchphrases, trademark, because there are untalented people out there who are there to rip you off at every juncture. Who is Maxie Impaler, Toph? 3 seconds. What company she wrestled for? 3 seconds. I don't know. You could be right. I don't know. Fuck the IWC. I don't know what I would do if I were invested into making Twitter unfun more than Elon Musk is. And that is what the IWC is doing right now. You're making Twitter like stupid and unfun. And it's not because of Musk. I don't even know what he's doing. I don't even know how he got into this conversation.
Oh, he's about to. He's about to be.
But like, shut the fuck up. Watch the goddamn product or don't. If you hate it so much, don't watch the show. Perfect example. Hi, I do a wrestling podcast every week. You know what I don't watch? AEW regularly. You know why I don't watch AEW regularly? Because every time I'm either about to fall asleep or I'm about to turn the channel off. You know what doesn't make me do that? WWE. And I still hate some of that shit. There's difference. There's compellingness. That is my opinion. If you don't like what the WWE is doing, don't watch it. If you think that they're stealing somebody's gimmick who's definitely on their radar, don't watch it. Simple as that. You guys are fucking nerds, and you need to move out of your mom's basement. Thank you from fucking New York all the way to London. Shut the fuck up. The gimmick's gonna fucking fail anyway, probably, so you have nothing to worry about. Shut up.
Fair. All fair points. That's beautiful. Mine staying in the same realm with now if you saw I hopped on Twitter Blue for 1 month. I joined it and I canceled it for the 1 month thing. We got the check mark for the month. I wanted to get in on the Twitter, just check everything out. I think it was $7.99. Whatever. Jay-Z said money ain't a thing. So I just saw all these. Now, remember, this handle on Twitter has been around since 2013 when it was a different show. We've been doing the jaBROnis for about 3 years. Before that, I had a show broadcast. We did bad movies, music stuff, all this stuff. So we've been on this platform for just about coming up 10 years on Twitter. And just throughout all this, seeing some of these people with check marks who are complete fucking idiots. And then I saw a lot of these fucking idiots doing the terrible the Diesel picture and then fake Diesel and saying between the check marks of either being verified for news like or it's just because it's on Twitter Blue. I saw all these people all like just butthurt that they now are not, they don't have the power to just have that check mark. And if you see a check mark, you have to go like click on it and see if it's either for Twitter Blue. And just the hissy fits of all of these blue check marks. Oh, it was too much for me to just go for a month and just rummage through. But all the complaints, all the memes of all the, again, fucking idiots who have the government check mark. It's just interesting. I'm interested to see Elon's got himself into this crazy world of Twitter and the firestorm of people's reaction and people being let back on the platform. And then I have to mention the honorable mention because Mick Foley last week, Hangman left. I already said. So, I mean, we don't care. Just leave. It's okay. I don't.
So you give Mick Foley Jabroni of the week, but you just give an honorable mention to Hangman. What a mark.
Well, I mean, he's in there, but it's like more of the Twitter people. They're so upset. How dare they have a check mark? It's not even real. It's not even real. Oh, they're so mad.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jabroni.
Oh, God. Great stuff. All right, so we are returning next week. When do we have Full Gear? Or is it soon? Isn't it next? It's next week, right? Isn't it next Saturday, the 19th?
Yeah, it is.
Holy shit. So that is Saturday night. What are we doing? Are we doing Friday night? Are we doing Saturday morning? Our preview show?
We are definitely 1000% doing a show next week. And that show would be better off being done on probably Friday before 11.
Should we go up against SmackDown?
Oh, you want to do... Well, no. So I work till 9 p.m. that day on Friday. We could do it after that. Or we could do Friday morning, or we could do Thursday night.
Maybe Thursday night, maybe. We'll announce what, because the whole card should be out by then. And they always do. Don't they always do Rampage? Rampage is gonna be like live probably Friday.
Because they still do that?
I'm only guessing, but we'll figure that out. We'll definitely next week we will be having our predictions and previews for Full Gear. But you can check out all of our videos on YouTube. YouTube.com/the jaBROnis pod. Also, you can find us on Twitter, jaBROnis pod. Me on Twitter at Happy Jabroni.
I'm at Madcap Jabroni. Am I gonna need to put in that I'm a parody? Because technically I'm not the real Madcap.
But you're saying you're a Madcap Jabroni. You're not saying
I'm not saying I'm Madcap Moss. Okay.
You're just Madcap. I'm happy. I mean, at some point, I feel like we might have to change these Twitter handles, but for now, I still think they're relevant. Also, you could find, it's true. You can find all the episodes, podcast versions on, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatnot. And yeah, anything else before we get out of here?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. We will be back next week, preview Full Gear, and all the crazy stories of the week, which, I mean, there's never a dull day. I'm sure as soon as we get done this, something stupid will happen. Braun tweeted something. I don't know. But until then, Jabronis. Out.
Jabroni, JABRONIXYZ ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jabroni.